Good morning. Welcome to Books at the Bottom of the Stairs. My name's Lorene. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about today. I think I'm just going to kind of chat about books as I'm it's still nonfiction November, and I'm still reading the 4 books that I thought I would. Breath is finished, which I haven't really talked about. And I'm thinking about what am I going to do for fiction reading for the end of November, as well as what are my plans going to be going into December. And I'm just going to tilt the camera so that you can see. Whoops. So this is kind of the book stash. Now some of that, this pile here, going to the back, that's my husband's. And so I also, there's also a big book full of lists of books I want to read, and I have a wish list at the library, and you all know the story. So I don't want to get too distracted by things, but my goal one of my goals for this year was to get through a wish list that was from 2017, I think it was. So this is the last book for finishing off Rules for Stealing Stars by Corianne Haydu. That's the last one for 2017. That would tick off a major goal. So that's going to be for November. And then everything else I have here are just kind of impulse purchases, picks from the library. So how to choose what's important and what's not important. My book club did The Girl from Everywhere, the Woozles book club, The Girl from Everywhere, up here. And this is the second one, The Ship Beyond Time. I really enjoyed the first one, but the discussion about it kind of made me think, oh, what? I'm doubting myself now. So I'm going to give this one a quick read in November and not finish it if it doesn't go very well. And this one I'm going to return to the library, sitting in St. James. I just know I'm not going to be able to get to it, and I think it's overdue, so I should let someone else read that. Now, someone mentioned that Ngao Marsh is a really good mystery writer, so I think I'm going to put, I don't know, there's 3 in here, so I'm just going to try and do one in December. I'm going to make a December pile. Although that's a library book, so I should really return it soon. Let's do that in November. Okay, so that's 3 chunkers for the rest of November, and today is the 11th, so yeah. And then this one, I can't remember, it's come under my, sometimes something comes under your nose. Don't remember, Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. Again, a library book, so I'll try and get that one done in November. So those are the fiction plans. But what to do with this other, it goes from corner to corner on the landing. And, it's just, so I think it's about 20 books. So, sorry, faulty camera work going on here. Editing moment, as they say. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay, so the European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman, I have heard that it's very slow, that it shouldn't be as many pages as it is, and I think that's probably a perfect over Christmas read, because who cares? We don't really have anything going on at Christmas time these days, so it's not like before where the kids were home from school and, it was a really noticeable interruption in the year. So now Christmas is just like really any other day of the year. I just picked up from the bookstore 3 new books. One is The Railway Children by E. Nesbitt, that I'm hoping to do as a read aloud in the new year. So that's a different category. And Lark Rise to Candleford was a complete impulse purchase. I don't remember. And it's in my favorite little Macmillan Collectors Library structure, and so it's pretty. That's a good enough reason, I think. But I think that can go into the new year. I'm not going to worry about it. And I just picked up The Feast that was recommended by one of my, I don't remember who, I'd have to check it. It's written by Margaret Kennedy, and it's probably recommended, I'm going to take a guess that it's recommended by Jean at Bookish Thoughts, but don't quote me on that. yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to put that one into the Christmas pile too. Christmas week, that would give me two to flip between. Okay, all these others, I'm not really sure where to go with it. You know, they've back in the end of August, I said that if something was still hanging around and I hadn't read it by the end of September, that it would go on the discard pile. But that didn't really work out because I liked them too much. I couldn't quite bring myself to let them go. And I think that's what I'm going to do right this minute. Either put them into the summer pile or the December pile. And if I don't have them done by the end of December, then for sure they're going to go somewhere else. So, okay. We have the Silas Stories by W.P. Kinsella, and I know that that is going to be fun for the summer. That's easy. And The Green Banks by Dorothy Whipple. I have been meaning to read this for about 9 months, so it's going to go into the December pile. And this one is a nonfiction book, The Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, that has been on my shelf for 2, maybe 3 years now. So I'm going to set it aside. It's going to go into the summer because it is nature writing. It'll be great to read at the camp. So that's a camp book. The Book of the City of Ladies was one that I thought might be a good nonfiction read by Christine de Pizan. And so I'm going to put that into, not for nonfiction November next year. And The Two Mrs. Abbotts by D.E. Stevens. This is the third, and I enjoyed the first one a lot. The second one, not so much. And this is when two women are left on their own devices as the men go off to war. And I don't think it's going to be, I just have low expectations for it. So I'm going to put it into, next winter, 2022. Let's see, Pete Houtman is one that I've been meaning to read for a few years, so I'm going to put that in the camp pile. Don't know why. Where the Crawdad Sings, I've heard mixed reviews on, and I don't think this is my book. I'm pretty sure someone has loaned it to me, but they didn't put their name in it foolishly, so I'm going to read that one. I'm going to put that in the early December, end of November, try and return it to its owner. This one, The New Magdalene by Wilkie Collins, also by Persephone Press. I'm going to put in December because it is one I'm keen to read. Okay. Now I have 3, where did it go? 3 books that just kind of came to me. I don't know why. They were just handed to me. I don't think I sought them out. So I'm going to put them in looks like I own them all. There's no library sticker on it and no name. So I'm going to put those in the summer pile. And Colette, Gigi and the Cat is a classic that I am going to read if there's time in November. I'm going to put it in November. And 2 nonfictions that have been here for way too long and I know come in on audio. So that'll be for next year. Blade of Grass was sort of a pandemic panic book. I picked it up from my girlfriend's shelf and I really don't care a lot if I finish it, so it's going to be returned. Normal People by Sally Rooney's one that's been on the shelf for a long time. December. So, you know what? Yeah, December. I should read it right now just to get, fix the impulse. This just came into the house a few days ago. If You Want to Make God Laugh. And I know my girlfriend who loaned it to me will be quite content if I don't return it right away. So I'm going to put that into the January pile. And this is definitely in the January pile. Antoinette de Mirecourt, or Secret Marrying and Secret Sorrowing by Rosanna Lefrahan. She is credited with being one of the first Canadian nonfiction writers, female. So this goes back, when was it first written? I think it was first written in the 1700s. Doesn't say here. Anyways, it's from early days of Quebec. Whoops, before Canada was Canada. So that's in my January projects book. And the memento is also something that came to me just kind of randomly. So I'm going to put that in the January pile too, because again, the person who owns it doesn't really care. I've got one that I thought I would reuse it over the summer, and I'm just not getting there. Off she goes. And A Circle of Quiet by Madeleine L'Engle is her sort of reminiscence, memoir-y, creative process book. Poor little thing is suffering. It's getting all that kind of funny checking colors. I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting, what is that from the on the cover? Anyways, that's also nonfiction, so that's going to go in the nonfiction pile. That wasn't too. Oh no, here's James Baldwin. Now I do have a plan for next year. I would really like to read the authors who came out of the Harlem Renaissance, and so I have one book on hold that's coming from the bookstore that are British. No, they wouldn't be British. I'm sorry, but it's from Macmillan Collectors Library, and it's women writers of the Harlem Renaissance, and so they'll probably be essays and short stories and things like that. So that's a goal for 2022. Yeah, we're gonna be 22. So I'm gonna put that in, but it's a library book, end of November, so that I can return it and start that project. And then I have my British Library's women's writers that Cheryl and I are planning to read again. So let me see. There's 3 here. I'm pretty sure neither of us have read Chatterton Square. And I think my husband Simon is, I think those are the 2 that we're going to trade next. And so that's a New Year's project as well. Yeah, so that didn't do too badly. I've got 1, 2, let me see. 2 for the end of the month, hopefully, and oh my goodness, this for the rest of the month in terms of plus nonfiction, and then I have a pile for December, and then I can integrate my other books into that. I think that's probably ridiculous. I think that's probably a foolish plan. And then I have got, let me see, 6 books to put into the summer reading pile. And I think that's it. Oh no, what did I say about these 2? Yeah, and then November. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's completely foolish in terms of expectations. And you know what they say about expectations? Expectations are predetermined disappointments. So, but the goal is to try and get as many books as possible off this step so I can start all over. And that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. There are a couple more books I have coming from the bookstore that I use, Bookmarks in Halifax. And let me see. I think they are more just for filling out a collection. Yeah, one is Just William, which I haven't spoken about that. Yeah, okay, you're going to hear about Just William. It's a cutie. So I'll talk to you later, and I hope all your reading dreams and adventures continue to come true. Bye-bye for now.